Anyways.
System survey concluded.
I'm not going to be like those. Some of the Marxist Leninists in the Soviet Union who went and thought the family would go extinct. It won't, but family relationships certainly can change. Sensors report a number of possible points of interest in the dense debris field. In fact, if anything, socialists should lean into, it takes a village to raise a child, which is a true statement. Because the sense of community is one thing that socialism can lean into and too often does not to a sufficient degree. Do that. Bring up. Edit research here. They bring their skills to as a tuner to bearing in the science ship here faster. Capitalism tends to rip apart communities throughout the process of alienation and families through economic stresses and makes people not want to settle down and have kids in the first place. Instead, you had people in the Soviet Union freaking talking about the end of the nuclear family. It's like, that was dumb. It wasn't leaning into the natural strengths of the system they had. Should have been teaching empathy and kindness and community as antidotes to the flaws of capitalism. Not inherently thinking socialism would just be better because it was socialism, but, problems of Marxist Leninism and having a one-party state as opposed to, actual democratic socialism where a variety of ideas and those ideas would probably caught on. Someone made them the points for them charismatically enough. Alright, stability is somewhat higher. Squires are a multiplier. Technicians benefit from the squires. Time to employ some more technicians here. In fact, boom. I do one of these just to stop getting the freaking messages about warning there about extra built salts. I'm not gonna probably have any other good use of the metals for quite a while. I don't want to trade them away when it's such a large surplus. They won't be properly valued by this empire. Darkness Awaken. That's eerie. I wonder what it's supposed to be about. Maybe nothing. I can let's do this for actual one more month. Or night, one more month. One more day. Month. It actually just occurs to me. I can proclaim religious revelations, and that scales with my uni. Right now, maybe 2856 uni. I think it'll go up next month. We'll see. In case I'm wasting my time here. Yep. It's only 26 extra unity. For substantial loss energy. Maybe not worth it. Except that squires also contribute to other outputs. Yeah. Should remember that squares get some other yields effectively on the... Why is this doing it one at a time? Full control, does it always... Ah, you can fine-tune the number of jobs. Okay. I'm pretty sure army is round. 158 technicians. Want exactly 400 squires. Should let the squires get all their yields, which does not second a month before I resign. Some of it was affected by that. Working towards this, and then that, wow, Mastery of Nature perk. Which I remember correctly. Cost influence are used to. Sync for some of my influence, but anyways. It's not a good perk, if not for the fact that I'm gonna swap to another empire later. Or a vassal descent or an AI rebellion empire. Pretty sure there's a button to do it, but if I'm wrong, well, there's shenanigans I can pull. Yeah, it's a feature which really ought to be in the game. Or if it's a surface signals picked up from the new aliens that paid off, and we have finally made a breakthrough. Our mastery of the language may not be complete. You think? Probably. It's been that long. We've managed to successfully open diplomatic channels. Civilization we now know to be the Odegon polity.
An alien nation is hailing us.
Ah, hegemonic imperialists. That's why they were hostile in first contact. They're speaking the Odegon polity. Chancellor Worm is our elected representative. In truth, all citizens have a voice in our government. Well, not aliens, unfortunately. We strive to better ourselves through technology. Some materials desire we do not expect primitive aliens such as yourselves to understand. Yeah, so not all citizens have voice, not aliens, and they're militarists, unfortunately. But anyways, peace be with you. No reason to upset them. They're far enough away, despite their belligerent attitude. Not too much trouble. It occurs to me when I was making all those claims, I could have gone to a belligerent attitude to reduce the influence cost of it. Oh, but then improved relations would cost a bunch of influence. Would have also been harder on my alloys. I would have been stuck out when I want colonies to develop faster now, so I get more pops. Oh, whatever. About to finish a first week site. project. Which I might not do for a bit, actually. This that anomaly, then go exploring more. Shoot. How long ago did their loyalty hit max? Let's grab this from them. And some resources. I mean, taking too much from them will show what they're climbing, so I shouldn't be too upset, but do have all this trade. Energy. They still have way more energy? I think they spent it somehow. Food, or they end up capping it, wasting what I'm giving them. Alright, so 276 for that. Six, so 30 trade. Let's see what the exchange ratio is. That's 27 food. Not necessarily a great exchange ratio, but save something they'd rather have. And trade. Surprisingly friendly to grabbing minerals from me. I know they can use them to improve districts and such. Start thinking of what benefits their economy instead of just mine a little more. Cool. Food always. Food while I'm running a deficit until I start running a surplus again. Loyalty. Give them some minerals. Grab this stupid specimen. So I don't forget that later. But at first, I think they already got the option on a Grand Archive. Check for it. They didn't. I probably don't want them to spend the energy since I'll absorb them before I could build one. I think it's automatically destroyed when I absorb them too. Search a Wife, not a bad song. Ah. Missile of the Lone Defender. A disarmed missile from an automated destroyer defending the remains of a long-ruined planet. The ship is likely outlasted the civilization was created to defend by thousands of years. Keeping watch over an empty world. Following its destruction, its visuals finally come to an end. No, actually, forget. Oh, this is back. Well, I do have more room. It's not in storage. It's a galactic history thing. Huh. Exceptional, rare, rare. A number of specimens here. Could build Grand Archive if I wanted. I have the alloys for too much longer. Soon. Got the Genesis arcs developed for now. I understand I can have more districts than actual oh shoot, I should enable this for now. Energy grid. It's slightly profitable. More districts than the planet size. Oh, I'm already running I'm not running an energy deficit anymore. Cancel the Voltaire production yard. Maybe. Give me a sec. Yeah. More and more, I'm actually convinced the reactor district was a mistake and I shouldn't double down on it. That. Destroy it soon. Just do a Genesis preserve. I can negotiate crime ward. Deal. Oh, this is scaled now. Stability. 10. Crime plus 50%. Whatever. Criminal jobs 200. Oh, plus some job was per 33. That's the part that hasn't been scaled properly. Still, 200 criminal jobs. That's substantial. Mostly want this if you're dealing with like a criminal megacore. Usually. Give me a sec. Yeah, no, actually, night jobs are so bloody valuable. Could just not have to do them forcers. They are giving me about 2 unity. Well, 3 with the defense armies. 3 unity is stability. 6, maybe 7 value. Yeah, it's this thing. It's like economy of scale. If you have a lot of pops, useful. If you have a modest number, not so useful. I'm actually very much going to want to put more pops in anchor at the rate I'm going. Secretly negotiate deal with the planet's prominent criminal leaders where they agree to keep the organization partly in line in exchange for various concessions. Let's do it. The legal authorities in this world clearly have a quote, mutual understanding with the leading crime lords to prevent the worst excesses of the organizations. You can still get the criminal underworld modifier if you don't keep crime well enough, though. I actually want to keep them forcers anyways. Maybe. I think they're more valuable than the squires. One planetary defense army per 100 squires. That's like 1 value. The knights now get just around 300 value, so it's 2. So it's like 2% 6, so 7. But also amenities and naval capacity. 100 amenities instead of 1 slice. 2% happiness. Yeah, no, the squires are more valuable than enforcers. Barely, but they are. At least as long as I'm running an amenities shortage. That's ignoring the naval capacity, which I shouldn't ignore forever. Unless... Worker power specialist, yeah. Got like 0.1 more unit than that. So generate less specialists. Kids of the forces end up unemployed, whereas squires' kids become squires right away. So, alright. Boom. No more enforcers and a crime lord deal on anchor. This gets me less unity, more science. Comes out a little bit ahead. It's starting to pull ahead of unity and value now. Let's get so many traditions and the cost of. Oh, the cost is really high. Science is definitely more valuable. I'd rather have probably 2 science points on 1 unity. Alright. It's using the standard 1 unity is worth 2, 1 science point is worth 1 calculation to compare value, but enforcers, because they do defense armies, and unity directly, they're more unity focused. Okay. All in on the squires. Now to do more to buff the technician output. Stability problems. That constant stability problem should be somewhat at an end now. Focus reward. Oh yeah, because that was a not planetary decision. I knew it was gonna be a little bit till I could do a Genesis Preserve. Sign official as governor. Boom. Have 1,000 food. Oh, yeah. Official as governor. The ruler is praised, a general is feared. A true minister is neither. Their work is done best when it goes unnoticed. Prefect. Point Shar Asatan. Dozen food. Well-fed empire is a strong empire. A starving empire is soon to be someone else's empire. Build an arc furnace. The sun crests the horizon. For a moment, the whole structure burns gold. Thousands of kilometers of scaffolding and steel. We built this. We made this planet our forge. Development progression will eventually give me Strongholds. Whatever, I can now do Federation code. That's the key thing I was after. These guys are tropical preference. Interesting. Although, do okay in my tropical world someday if I get any of them. Jinxed. So not great leaders. Sedentary. Hard to resell, but not as hard as rooted. Conservationist. And strong. Intelligent. They have a shadow council. Despite being quote, democracy, unbeknownst to its own citizens, this society is actually manipulated from behind the scenes by a secretive shadow council. Appearances must be kept, but the tyranny of majorities has to be guarded against. After all, what if the fools vote for the wrong candidate? Yeah, so they're talking about them being a democracy is a load of crap thanks to the Shadow Council. Probably run by the mining guilds. Eh. So there's the Otagon polity. They're probably a danger to my vassal here eventually. I don't share any hyperlanes in this area, so maybe not for a while, but through here. They seem to be able to grow an MP it this way, so they're going to be a major threat someday. Smells some good cooking. It's probably some of the onion garlic. Makes my mouth water, but I can't eat it. It makes me sick. Thanks to my associated IBS. Anyone doubts that this is a very real disease. It's very much affects me physically. All I have to do is see my bowel movements look like after eating foods I used to be just fine eating. But coincidentally, I just started being unable to eat right when I got long COVID. Yeah. Should cut this video soon. Soonish. Well, I'm nervous about what's gone. The anchor. Yields. I think I lost all the uni. Time to finish workplace motivators increase. Did this decrease? I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. Do have less consumer goods deficit here, though. I think my trade situation might have improved very slightly due to that. If I'd realized it couldn't automate here, I might have actually gone for the specialization that was solar farming. It's a food processing center, I mean, it's still inefficient in terms of upkeep. Having 2 booster buildings for only a handful of farmers and technicians. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. On the other hand, I could have closed some of the food deficit and that would have reduced. Farmer jobs. They're going worth like 2 trade value, which would probably pay for food processing. That's if I didn't do a hydroponic, so whatever. And destroy the whole reactor district eventually to make room for Genesis Preserve, and then maybe I'll rebuild it someday with farmer jobs. They probably should have done the first time. Maybe. Maybe. Tape production yard, food processing, energy grid. The whole reason I planned incorrectly is because that I could automate. If I could automate the district, then I was definitely well off doing what I did. fewer booster buildings, more job buildings, more efficient automation, but apparently you can't automate reactor districts. Probably a bug, but that'll be fixed anytime soon. Paradox isn't about to roll out a fix soon. Whew, 53% crime? Okay, this was supposed to be a lot more criminal jobs. So aren't they supposed to steal trade value or something? Doesn't look like they do anything. I guess that makes them less bad than before. If they don't steal any trade value from the world, all they do is wasted labor. These criminals live outside the bounds of legal society, some by choice, some by circumstance. To be fair, the rates of criminality you were getting were pure nonsense before. Unrealistically high percentages of populations compared to, you know, how many people are actually dedicated criminals, even in a very high crime area in our world. Of course, this is sci-fi nonsense. You have vast criminal underworlds, and I think the game is balanced around having more criminal jobs. It just hasn't scaled up. Of course, I'm not sure why it's 8 of them. If this is 1 per 33, should be maybe 300 jobs. 8 isn't a sensible number no matter how you do it. This is up 201, so I guess it is supposed to be 300, but it's just not prioritizing the job. I come up with that. And when I move pops around, I guess I get more criminals. Great. It's probably because it doesn't have a high enough weight to pull from existing jobs. Alright. Which means I want to avoid moving one around. Well, eventually those jobs will all fill in, I guess. Still, it's all wasted labor. It's not for this extra 6% output from 10% more stability. That's... Yep. It's a net profit. They want to keep crime low unless they didn't crime campaign anyways. And even then, what have I bought time? The population grew beyond what even that could handle. And more deal is just a way to not have to run that building on Precinct House. Build slots have value. It's not just the labor, it's the build slots. Consider. Suddenly, in a consumer goods deficit here. What? Production. Was it before? Is this? Yeah, it must have, yeah, it was before. Does this say production of consumer goods should have gone up with crime war dealer? Stability did. It's union that might have. It's night jobs and could have become less productive, maybe. Hold a bunch of squires, which actually didn't. Alright, oh yeah. We sell more pops. Civilians here. Don't need that anymore. After his lecture residences, new city district. Artisans. Oh no, smell something burning slightly. Not good. Someone overcooked something or... Alright, I'm comfortable with the stuff here, so let's do the Susurrus of Secrets as I finish this. To delve into the mysteries of the Shroud, the Grandmaster nominated Knight Jared Potter. I carry Potter. It's worth noting, in the long run this pays off too sooner, because there's a temporary debuff and a permanent buff, so you'll be in the permanent buff territory longer if you do it earlier. It's just if I had to delay Genesis arcs or something. With the Holy Visitor's guidance, he entered the unknown. Visions previously unimaginable flitted across his consciousness before an entity appeared. The Susurrus of Secrets, the visitor whispered. This being took a form Jared Potter could only describe as beauty beyond compare. Give us the scent of the first day of summer, the satisfaction of a challenge overcome, and the warmth of a lover's embrace, it spake. Then I shall reveal to thee what thou wish. Of course, O enchanting Susurrus. The price of our memory. Jared Potter felt new memories enter his mind. Suddenly, they, and indeed all Alari, could perfectly recall the very moment the toxic god unleashed its gift upon Hezek, even though it lay centuries in the past. As one, the entire populace of the Laren Royal Planet States felt a profound, yet intangible sense of loss sweep over them. Formerly pleasant sensations were dulled. Apathy spread like wildfire, and afterwards it was hard to dredge up motivation for even the simplest of tasks. Feel that. Sort of. Not motivation, but energy with long COVID. Despite this, the Order thanked Todd and praised Jared Potter for his success of bringing back new memories from the Shrine. Eventually they'll get over the debuff. Can either do this 200 extra night jobs, or far more useful, removes the Blight upon the land from Hezek, so you get extra districts. Add Blighted Remembrance to Hezek, Empire modifier, citizen pop happiness plus 10%. So offset the low motivation happiness debuff, so it's just pop growth speed and resources. Throughout the Empire. Oh, you get the Orders keep adds extra innate jobs either way. But anyways, let's see, 2 free districts. We shall erect a new monument. 3. And the planet now has this modifier, which can be passed on, of course, Blighted Remembrance. It's said that in this place the deity first smote the land in anger. What remains of what was once here, but a monument has been erected, its features synthesized from our memories of that moment. I should have more knights, which will help. Boom. Took a second to also removed all the employed, formerly employed, enforcers. Increasing the number of munitions does not. I'm stuck with this for 10 years. Following a mind delve into the shroud, the populace feels drained of joy. Forming pleasant sensations are dull, it's become hard to dredge motivation for the simplest of tasks. So, resource output debuff. Extra night jobs. For a while, my empire is less productive, but in the long run, be more. Is that debuff will expire. Monument offsets happiness, so I don't have any extra crime, just less production. This was a good time to do this because that's an additive modifier and, well, this improves pop outputs. Enforcers had previously benefited from high productivity because they produce immunity directly. Whereas obviously the modifier isn't affected by that. Criminals don't produce anything. Crime war deals, but unlock the path to the Federation. Oh boy. In fact, see it down here. Federation code. Doesn't it have a description? Federation must be more in goodwill and share ambition. This code provides the groundwork for unified and restore order, ensuring cooperation and stability among its members. Cool stuff. Grab this. A time when it's offset some debuffs to technician output. Planetary capitals will also help to offset it. But if I didn't know that debuff was on the way, I might not have, well, done everything I did. Should I send props from head Suk to anchor? Or squires? Still miners? Yeah, not quite yet.
We have detected an anomaly.
Ulam 3 surface appears heavily pockmarked, which is not unusual. What is unusual is the regular shapes of scars are regularly distributed. This is unlikely to be the result of meteorite impacts. Interesting. That's a higher level anomaly than here. This will be researched. It's level 2 by Soul 3 meticulous researcher. Thing can go to the force system. Explorer Galactic Northwest. And search new worlds and new civilizations. To go boldly go. No blog has gone before. Love that quote. from the automated exploration protocols. Yeah, I should do this week. Science-based special project. A surface scan of Stellaris 6 identified the remnants of an ancient installation on the planet's surface. Most of the facility was wiped out in a massive explosion some 2 million years ago, but a few outlying buildings more or less survived the blast. All events recovered so far points towards this having been some sort of research base built by the first week. Alright. Boom. Really need to get this video over. It's an astral scar. I don't think I have anomaly, but I think it increases anomaly discovery chance, so cool. Then what next? Guess I should get out of the Hive territory. They someday try and close their borders. Maybe do this battle wreckage. Cool. Situation log, just tell me a new first week. Special project. One here. One here. Where's the other? Oh, and one here. Just inside the Hive's borders, and one my vassal's borders. Well, vassal. Next month I can trade with them a little. But that will wait. Alright, I hope you folks enjoyed this video. Take care of each other. Be kind yourselves. May always find a guiding star to lead you home. Until next time, it's Northstar. Adieu. And best luck to you all.